We work to deepen international cooperation on Sci-tech and expand the scope of innovation and opening up. A year later, the door of mutually beneficial cooperation on Sci-tech between China and other developing countries through openings and exchanges, as we opened in Optics Valley of China. In September 2018, the International Workshop on Sci-tech Park and Incubator Operation Management, co-hosted by Department of International Cooperation, Ministry of Science and Technology of China, and the United Nations Commission on Science and Technology for Development, UNCSTD, organized by Wuhan Industrial Institute for Optoelectronics, was held as scheduled. The Optical Valley's experience resounds over the ocean again, playing the archetypes of the epoch featuring openness and cooperation on the world stage.
Training session in Wuhan is extremely important because it looked at how to make sure that the science parks and incubators and accelerators are successful. We find that China has managed to bring together the entrepreneurs, the new ideas, skills, the business opportunities into one place. So for many countries, it's a very good example to learn from China's experience in creating incubators and making incubators successful. So I think this is the value added of this training program.
因为以前呢，我们觉得外国的可能到中国来更多的是学习语言啊、文化、历史啊。随着中国的科技的进步，那么中国有越来越多的条件和资源啊，能够吸引各国的科学家，包括来自发达国家和发展中国家的科学家，到中国来开展这种科研活动，也包括来中国创新创业了。那么这几年呢，我们增加了一些关于科技创新的政策和管理方面的培训班。那通过这些培训班呢，能够向发展中国家介绍我们国家在科技创新驱动发展这方面好的经验、政策和做法。通过这个培训班，能够不光是了解到中国在做什么，而且能够相互学习，为中国和这些发展中国家开展一些科技创新，包括科技产业方面的合作，提供更多的机会和平台。
这个出发点呢，是希望让我们的中国在科技创新领域的这些政策，以及是孵化器和产业园的这种管理和规划的方面的这种经验，能够很好的与我们叫做“一带一路”合作国家的这样的一个交流，让他们呢在这些方面呢少走弯路。同时呢，我们也希望通过这样的一个培训和交流的活动，从他们身上学到很多我们这边所不具备的一些知识和经验，也了解我们的不管是从产业和技术，还有这种政策方面，进行一个互通共荣这样的一个目的。今年的主题呢，我们放到了科技政策，以及是我们产业的合作上，因为我们这个培训班的大部分学员都是当地所在国家的科技领域的政策的制定者，和实施者。我们也更多的希望邀请一些不管是海外的企业，还是光谷的企业，能够更多的参与到我们这个培训班，也让我们的学员更深刻的了解到，我们的创新的主体是企业。
During the 11-day program, by the joint invitation of the United Nations and Secretary General of UNCTAD and Ambassador of the Permanent Mission of the China to UNOG, officials and experts in Sci-tech field from 13 developing countries of UNCSTD, including South Africa, Thailand, Dominica, Yemen, Botswana, Uganda, Angola, Indonesia, Cameroon, Serbia, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and Mongolia have reached Optics Valley of China and deepened into the operational experience of Wuhan East Lake High-Tech Development Zone and construction guidelines of entrepreneurial incubators in large enterprises and sci-tech parks in universities. Besides, they were also invited to join Qing To Hui, a renowned innovative and entrepreneurial talent show in China, exposing themselves to the vigorous startup atmosphere in Optics Valley of China.
There's a great opportunity to learn the experience of China, especially on development of science and technology park, where the industry integrates with university and the special research institute that converts knowledge into products that can be commercialized. As Uganda, we shall greatly benefit from this because we're also planning to develop science and technology parks, and we have seen the model, how it runs, how government intervenes, the policies that control. But also most importantly, we visited the Youth Incubation Center because Uganda as a country, we have 60% of the population as youth. So coming with innovative programs that allows youth to engage in useful business ideas that can be commercialized is very important to us. It's another great lesson that we shall take to the country. It has been useful. We appreciated the different policies that is being implemented by China and the different laws that control the whole innovation ecosystem.
I'm the director in charge of a technology acquisition and adaptation department. And that department incidentally is the one coordinating the activities of science and technology parks in the whole country. And we have been in the business of establishing science and technology park for the past 20 years. This visit to Wuhan, it's actually very, very encouraging and timely too. I'm going to make sure that I mobilize my team, getting the private sector involved to actually set up science and technology parks in my country.
I work in the Office Higher Education, Science Research and Innovation Policy Council. I make the policy of university in Thailand. So I think I come here, I can learn too many deep about innovation, entrepreneurship, S&T, everything. I think I can bring my experience in here in Wuhan back to my country and then can apply and use in my country too.
It's a great privilege for me to visit the science parks in Wuhan. I have already heard about the science parks in Wuhan as one of the officers of our ministry visited these parks last year. I was surprised to see the new and emerging technologies used in these parks. The science and technology will not be valued if you can't apply it practically. So I learned that part also. In Sri Lanka also, we are planning to have a biotechnology park.
The turning course serving as a window set before these trainees to know China, through which these trainees are presented with the country's innovative and entrepreneurial vitality and a proactive attitude toward opening up and cooperation.
Of course, I know China is very smart in innovation, but I didn't know Optic Valley or Wuhan State before. We see how Chinese is promoting innovation and entrepreneurship, and we have opportunity to meet, to go to some enterprise, to meet people and to connect with some business. We can be very useful in Africa. I'm thinking in particular of all e-commerce business, medical business, and also laser cutting and those technical parts. I think we have a lot of opportunity.
This is very productive for me, and one day lecture and other days the site visiting. And I learned about how deal this situation in Chinese government and local government, also in enterprises. And also we received from the professors lectures to how to deal in this different situation in different countries. And also I will share this experience to my colleagues.
My biggest impression about Wuhan is how government support high-tech development through high-tech zones, science technology parks and incubators. Today we visit youth zone where we saw incubator and a lot of innovative technology that those young people developing in that zone. They also have accommodation there and all necessary things that they can stay and do their thing, make their innovative things.
In addition to participating in policy and theoretical studies, the trainees also visited the administrative center, Sci-tech parks, industrial parks, leading high-tech companies, and incubators. Drawing upon the Optical Valley's experience to promote scientific and technological cooperation, has developed into a frequently mentioned phase among officials and experts from other developing countries.
I'm excited about what I learned. We went to different types of incubators, the creative one, the BioLake one. We saw today even an incubator that is dealing with streaming, which is exciting because in my line of work, I also deal with incubatees that are in the digital space. So the kind of things that I'm looking to implement when I go back home is to upgrade the incubator that I'm working with, the digital one, where we're looking at gaming, animation, and virtual reality, and to also see how best I can help our Department of Science and Technology to bring to life the MOU that they have with China, because we really do need to develop our science park. The innovation hub needs to come up to standard.
Here I have learned how the government has drive the technology and innovation by doing the right policies. And I think this has been a great experience, and there's so many things that we can implement in our countries, developing countries. I'm willing to, when I come back to my country, to give a feedback. We can take these policies as reference to make things better.
This workshop was very important for us and what need development in our country. I think we follow Chinese experience.
The international workshop is building a network of international exchange for officials, experts, and entrepreneurs from various countries. Looking forward, trainees from different developing countries are expected to be the envoy in innovation connecting China and their own country, thus sowing the seeds of innovation and cooperation in every corner of the world.
We had a long historical relation between Yemen and China. There is a lot of Yemenis traders here in China, especially in Guangzhou and Shanghai. We wish to make hard relation between Yemen and China.
There is a lot in common or where our country can benefit, starting from the first courses, the trainings, the site visits, in terms of the science and technology operation and incubation. I would like to thank the United Nations Conference and Trade Development for inviting our country or for being here. I would like the host being the WIIO. I was really impressed by today's site visit in terms of seeing the planning, the model of the energy center, which is the future city in the Optic Valley.
There are three things that I learned here. First is to promote the development and international progress. The second is it has enhanced the independent innovation. And the third is it has grown the regional economic development. Here I would like to thank for United Nations, UNCTAD, and Wuhan Industrial Electronics for giving us opportunity to come here and learn most of the things here that is remarkable.
In the past 2 years, this program has attracted the participation of officials and experts in sci-tech fields from nearly 30 developing countries. Hence, it is not only writing the present chapter of the sci-tech cooperation between China and other developing countries, but also the future chapter of the integration and interconnectivity between policy, industry, technology, and market.